Hey everyone, and welcome to Monday's live stream. If you're watching the playback, this is going to be a live stream, so I'm going to be actually talking to people, and I'll probably use the first 5 or so minutes to say hi and welcome everybody. So feel free to skip ahead to where we actually get started. It always takes everybody a little bit to join, so I've just been tidying up my art room. Had a lot of painting projects going on lately, which is nice, but almost stressful at the same time. Welcome everybody joining. Hi Jody, how are you doing, sweetheart? Thanks for joining. Oh, well, I hope your day has been good at least. I'm pretty good, can't complain. Minus the fact that we got quite a bit of snow on the ground, more than I would like, which really isn't even that much, but too much at the same time. I am not prepared for winter, not excited. So give you guys a sneak peek. I've started recording the Christmas color along, and this is what I have so far. Super, super excited to finish this one. Oh my goodness. And then I think I want to work in Mythomorphia, but I don't really want to put too much thought in it, so I think I'm going to follow along with Sammy's color along with her turtle. So I'm excited for that. I'll probably make a few changes, but it shall be fun. Hopefully everybody had a good Remembrance Day or Veteran Day, depending where you are. I can't decide what I want to do. I definitely want to finish her dress for sure, so I'll probably do that first. But other than that, I'm not 100% sure where I want to go with this. So I'm just going to go in and put in some marker bases here. And Jody, I think it was you last time that suggested doing dark pink for the frills and stuff. So that is what we shall do. So I'm going to grab my Touch 5 markers, number 6, Vivid Pink. Oh, that was a piece of hair. I was thinking that looked funny. Oops. Not sure if I'll be able to fix that unless we give her really dark hair. Thanks, sweetheart. I do too. I'm excited to see her finished. It's going to be such a bright, kind of almost like springtime inspired picture. That's what these colors are reminding me of. Then again, the whole picture itself kind of screams springtime as well, so there's that. Yeah, good call on the dark pink, Jody. I am loving that. Oh, that's actually an interesting idea. We might have to do that. I thought it looked funny, and I should have stopped for a second before coloring it in, but I was like, oh, it's like, sometimes the artists just kind of forget or like skip something or put something in that looks weird. But yeah, I didn't realize till I moved over to this piece that it was hair. I haven't yet. I have that in my watch later list. I can't remember when you uploaded that. Was it yesterday or a couple days ago? I've had a super crazy weekend. Unfortunately, I missed a lot of streams, so I'm way behind. I gotta catch up. I'm gonna have like a whole day where I just like snack and drink tea and catch up on everybody's streams. I was there at the beginning of Sammy's stream on Saturday for her coloring book show off video. I shouldn't say show off, that's the wrong word because she wasn't really showing off, but you know what I mean. Unfortunately, I was super busy that day, and that's one that I really wanted to watch too. So that's going to take me a while to watch back. I think it's like 4 hours now. So thankfully, when I watch back videos, I'll usually put it on the 2x speed, which is super entertaining as well as time efficient because it makes everybody sound like chipmunks. And it cuts the time in half, which is super awesome. That is true. I haven't been able to watch as many streams as I want to lately with hubby being on disability right now. Okay, I'm going to grab 172 Spectrum Green for these leaves in here. think I'm actually going like a little bit crazy with him being home all the time. I mean, I love him, but between us, I kind of miss my me time. Used to have a lot more of it, but it's good at the same time. And I can't remember who it was that recommended olive green for the leaves, but I am loving it. So thank you to whoever that was. What do you need, kiddo?
Well, I like reading. So I think what I was saying.
Go on.
I think I was saying.
Close the door, please. Not all the way, just a little bit.
I think I was saying. I don't know what I was saying.
I don't know either, honey. Oh, that little pup. We probably have quite a few interruptions from the little one today. He is grounded from his games because of his attitude, so he is very bored today. But I told him maybe if he's good, after my stream, we might have some lunch and then play some board games together, so he's excited for that. I seriously wish I had this dress. I don't usually wear dresses, but I would wear this one. Okay, so we got our bases down. So we'll zoom in a little bit. And then pick out some colors to complement this pink. Let's see, I want it to be fairly dark, but not too dark. So I'm actually thinking about adding a little bit of purple into this. So maybe let's grab the dark purple. And maybe we'll go mulberry and hot pink. That's not mulberry, that one is. So we're going to come in with the dark purple. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on either side of this band here for starters. And I'm going to go fairly heavy-handed on the outside and then kind of blend it in. Just to kind of create a little bit of shadow, and This is the wrong sweater to wear. These stickles keep clinging to it. Okay, and then I'm going to take the mulberry and I'm going to blend that into the dark purple. And then we'll bring it out a little bit and fade it out. We'll do that on both sides. And then we'll go in with the hot pink. Just kind of blend that into those colors. And then we'll just kind of do that with everything else as well. So definitely want to create a little bit of a shadow up here. So going in with the dark purple, we'll fade it down a little bit, and also going to pop a little bit of this dark purple in along these kind of fabric strands here, just to give them some extra interest and dimension. And then we'll pop a little bit of that dark purple in underneath her chin here. And same thing on the other side. I'm thinking we'll do like a dark brown hair for her now that I kind of colored in one of the pieces. Hi Kim, thanks for joining, hun. I hope you're doing well today. Same with everybody here lurking. I hope you're all doing well as well. It's kind of a blah Monday here. It's very gray and kind of snowy outside. And I'm going to switch to the mulberry, and same thing we did on the ribbon. I'm just going to bring it out a bit. Kind of come out a little bit from these ribbon strands as well, although there's not really much room. So I'm just going to kind of pop that color in there, and I'm not really going to worry about fading it out. Hi May, thanks sweetheart, you too. I'm good, Cam, thank you. Not up to much. I have a few things to do later, like dishes and that fun adult stuff, but just going to enjoy my coloring time for now. I'll worry about that later. Okay, and then after we're done with the mulberry, we'll come back in with the hot pink, and just gonna kind of blend this into everything, I think. So I like how the hot pink keeps everything dark, but it brightens it up at the same time. Kind of an oxymoron there, but it looks pretty, so we're just gonna go with it. This is a gorgeous color. I need to try this out for like a hair color or something. Okay, moving on to down here, and with the dark purple, we'll pop in our shadows. Just kind of put on either side of her bust here. Probably color in this whole little area down here. We'll do the same thing here, just a little bit of a shadow and fade it out on either side. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kim. I hope you feel better. Jody. If I was confident enough, I would agree and say that I need it as my hair color too. But I'm not sure that I could pull that off. I never really did do anything for like crazy hair colors. The craziest hair color I ever had was like a really bright fire engine red hair, and I actually really liked it, but so we're gonna go in with the mulberry, blend it in with the dark purple, and the same thing as before, we'll just fade it out. Save room for that highlight. behind here, I'm just going to color this whole area in back here with the mulberry because I feel like it's going to be fairly shadowed. And then as we get a little bit closer up here, we'll leave some space for highlight. I bet you absolutely rocked it. You look good with bright blue hair. Blue is my favorite color. Okay, and then we'll switch to the hot pink, and same as before, I'm just going to blend this into everything. Wow, that's a long time to keep a colored hair for. Most people who dye their hair unique colors like that don't really keep them for that long. Hi Katrina, thanks for joining, sweetheart. And super repetitive, we're just going to keep going back in with these colors and back in with the dark purple now, just picking out these shadows. Hi Louise, thanks for joining, sweetheart. Oh, I could imagine, Jody. That's the trouble with colors. They tend to fade fairly quickly. I think that's the part I didn't really like about dyeing my hair was the upkeep. I've never been one to like do a lot of hair and makeup and stuff like that, so the less the better. Okay, going in with the mulberry now. And then the hot pink. Okay, I'm not quite sure how to tackle these ruffles. I feel like they'd probably be coming in from behind this light pink bit here, so I'm going to take the dark purple and I think I'm going to create a shadow pretty much running down the whole length of the ruffles. I'm not going to bring this shadow out too much, I'm just going to create kind of a line following along and then just lightly give it a little bit of a fade. Doesn't have to be perfect. Hi Morticia. I definitely agree, Katrina. May's hair color is gorgeous. Okay, and then I'm going to come in on pretty much like every other one of these lines in on the right side and just create a little bit of a shadow because they're kind of overlapping each other. And maybe do the same thing for these little lines, but I'm just going to pop a little bit of the darker color in there and then just kind of leave it. I'm not really going to fade that part out. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Except for this one, it's going to be on the left side of all of these lines. Thanks, All About Art. Hi, Kim C. Thanks for joining. Hi, Shonda. Thanks for joining, sweetheart. Thank you. Okay, we're going to switch to the mulberry now, and same as before, just going to blend this in with the dark purple, bring it out a little bit, and try to save some highlights to kind of make it pop a little bit. Okay, and lastly, we'll come in with our hot pink and just blend that into everything. Seriously, I need this dress. I'm sorry to hear that, Morticia. I hope you feel better. I hope you're doing better. Thank you, Katrina. Yeah, Shonda, it is gorgeous. I love it. Okay. onto the leaves, and I can never find that really pretty olive combination that I see in my head. So let's try this again. Oh, thanks, Jody. Okay, let's grab the dark green. I feel like that'd be a good one for shadows. Which colors do you want to know, Katrina? The dark pink that I was just using, or? Actually, if anybody did want to catch up on the colors, they are right there. So those are the colors that we used last stream, and then the dark pink, we've used the dark purple, the mulberry, and the hot pink. And I'm just picking up colors for our green now. I do use marker bases, but they're not necessary. It's too bad I can't train you to close the door, huh? How's it going, Missy? Hello. Come on. Get up here. Come on, kitty. Alright, hun, no problem. If Minnie Boss is there, say hi for me. Hi and bye, I guess. Okay, so for the green, I'm thinking Prussian green maybe. I think that would really go well with the pink. So let's grab that. If I can find it. There it is. And I'm actually thinking maybe lime peel. If I can find it here. Okay. I think that would complement our pinks quite a bit as well. Yeah, let's go with lime peel. It might not turn out the exact shade that I am seeing in my head, but I think it will look interesting anyways. So starting with the dark green, I'm going to come up on this leaf here and give it a bit of a shadow because it's kind of on the underside of the brim of her hat. And then I'm also going to give this one a shadow here. I'm going to skip the Prussian green for these ones and just pop in the lime peel because these ones are super tiny. We've only got one leaf on her dress here, so I'm going to take the dark green and just kind of darken up the vein on the leaf. We'll go in with a touch of the Prussian green and just at the bottom here, fade it out, and then just go back in with the lime peel. So, first thing I'm going to do, let me zoom out just a little bit here. Maybe too much. I'm going to take my dark green And I'm just going to run some shadows in along the folds of the fabric. So wherever there's a fold in the fabric on a leaf, I'm just going to pop in that shadow there. And then, for the most part, I'm just going to shadow the middle veins of the leaves and then just kind of fade them out. And if they're too small, not a huge deal, we'll just pop in a line of color and just leave it as is. I'm also going to give a shadow to any leaves that are coming in from behind another leaf. I don't know if I watch Hallmark holiday movies, Shonda. I do watch holiday movies, but I'm not sure if they're Hallmark or not. Hi, Becca. Hi, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well today. May. Well, if it were Robin, she wouldn't have a problem. That woman reads more books like a week than I do in a year. You could always color too. Oh, that sounds fine, Becca. It's nice that the kids have a snow day. Even just adding that little bit of shadow to these leaves are really making them pop already. Well, I meant more good for the kids. I'm sure they're probably pretty excited. But yeah, it does take away from you time, doesn't it? On snow days, my mom would just always set us up with a movie or some kind of activity to do so she could still do her own thing. That's sweet. I loved snow days as a kid. But I was also kind of a nerd and I loved school, so as much as I loved snow days, they were also like really boring too. So it's kind of a 50-50. Yeah, that's how I was too, Becca. I loved hanging out with friends at school. We lived on a farm, so snow days we were usually at home doing our own thing. You've never had a snow day in your country, May? Purple scissors. Right there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Kylara. Thanks for joining. Do you get snow where you are, May? Okay, next I'm just going to go in with the Prussian green. I'm going to bring this out a little bit from the dark green and fade it out where I can to save room for a highlight. If you can't have much of a highlight, not a huge deal. So you probably get like a lot of snow then. I knew where you lived. I just don't really know what the weather is like there. I mean, for us, our winters are pretty brutal. We don't really have snow days unless it's like, I think below like -30 without the wind chill. Or, you know, the bus kids had more snow days than a lot of the city kids, because if the buses weren't running, then you were kind of out of luck unless your parents drove you. Aw, he's so sweet. Welcome back, Jody. I don't exactly know what that is, Kylara, but that sounds terrible. I hope that both of you feel alright at least and get better. Oh, well, the feeling is mutual. He is such a little sweetie.
Hello.
What's up, honey?
I know what I was saying yesterday.
You know what you were saying yesterday, and it's not really about what you were saying. It's the fact that you weren't listening, and you were talking back, right? Mm-hmm. And doing things you weren't supposed to.
Yeah, time to play on my phone.
No, dude, I told you, you are not playing games at all today. You are grounded from your games until your attitude improves. I know, it sucks. Come here. You just go to work on your attitude and work on your listening. Okay? You're gonna hang out with Daddy anyways, and remember, we're gonna play board games later.
I don't want to now. I don't even I'm so bored.
Well, maybe next time you want to not listen, you'll think about that, right? Go sit down. I love you. I know, it's tough, isn't it? Poor little guy. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to come in with the lime peel, and I'm just going to blend this over the spots I haven't colored yet and into the other colors.
say hi.
Go on.
I want to say hi. I want to say hi.
Remember this listening thing we talked about? Sorry, had a little one chasing the kitties. Okay, so I think that's it for the leaves. I'm not really sure what I want to tackle now. I think let's tackle this tree up here. So I kind of want to do the tree with the same colors as the leaves on her dress. Sounds good, Kylara. Thanks for stopping by, hun. Katrina, this is Victorian Darlings by Hannah Lynn. It is absolutely beautiful. I love it. Between the cats and my boys with this door, they're gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with the 172 Spectrum Green, and that's in the Touch 5 markers. And just going to put that as a base for this tree. What cow?
What about Victoria? And what about little? What about shit and little?
The kitties are fine, honey.
Oh, slow.
They won't. They're fine. Close the door, please.
No.
Me too, Jody. It is beautiful. I'm gonna have to wait for that to dry though, so might as well base another few things here. Might as well do the bark on the tree, which I'm thinking I want to be fairly dark. So I'm gonna go in with 101, which is yellow ochre. Thanks, Morticia. They really do, and those are two colors that I probably usually wouldn't pair together. Oh, this marker is being a little bit weird here. Let's also just put a base for the grass down, which I want to be a really light green. So I'm going to go in and base it with, say, number 59 pale green. Markers don't seem to be working as good as usual. I wonder if having them near my window is affecting them. My window does have quite a bit of cold air near it. Might have to move them and see if they work better. But I'm not going to worry too much for now because I'm going over them with pencil anyways, so not a big deal. I'm not sure if this bit here, okay, that's her arm, never mind. It's just about to color that green. It's a good thing I didn't. That is actually a really good combination, Jody. I love those colors together too. Okay, so our green up top here for our tree should be dry enough. So we'll go in with the dark green and pick out our shadows. So basically just going to go in and place shadows anywhere. It's always kind of hard to explain. I never feel like I do a good job at it, but these little bits here you can clearly tell are in the front. So by placing shadows around them, it kind of brings them even more to the front and adds some interest to the page. Same with this bit here is above or in front of the leaves down here. So I want to add in a little bit of a shadow there just to kind of separate the two and to push this more towards the back. In fact, I'm pretty much going to color in this whole area down here with this color. Just gonna go in and place those shadows and just kind of fade out from them. Just get a little bit of a smooth transition coming out. Jody, it works really, really well. It's basically, I don't even know if the camera can pick it up because it's quite clear, but it's just a small little piece of plastic, actually. And then I just used my Posca pen to write my name on it, and let's see if I have an example here. Don't mind the noise. Now, but I get things from the dollar store that come in like just plastic boxing, and I'll usually just cut a square out of the plastic, and then that's what I use. I was hoping that I'd have one. The stronger plastic is definitely better, but not necessary. It's just some form of plastic. And then I kind of like that because the name's still there, it's clear. It's a lot harder for people to Photoshop your name off if they wanted to, for whatever reason, steal your picture and claim it as theirs. So I find it super handy. The only problem that I have with those is a lot of the times I'll put it on my picture and then I'll take the picture and close the book or move the book, and those little bits, since they're for the most part clear, are kind of tricky to track down. If I ever get around to editing and uploading my tips and tricks video that I have recorded forever ago, I think I do a little how-to on how I made that. But it's pretty self-explanatory, so. No problem at all, hun. I am more than happy to share my secrets. I liked the fact that it was clear because before I just had like a normal sticky note. Like, don't even know if I have them anymore, but just like a little sticky note of paper, but I didn't like putting that over my pictures because then you can't see what's behind it. So I just kind of liked the clear one better. Okay, now we're going to go in with the Prussian green, and I'm going to blend this into our dark green and just fade it out where it needs to be. For the most part, I want all these edges here to be really light. All right, 2 seconds. Kitty's wanting. You coming in? Come on. What are you going to do, or are you just going to sit there? Come on. These cats drive me crazy. They don't actually want to be in here, but they don't want the door to be closed either. Silly guys. after we put that color in, we'll go in with the lime peel and put that in our highlighted areas and just blend it all together. Stitch. You want out now, huh? Go on. You too. Go. No? Okay. Hi, hun. What can we call you? Because that is a odd name you have there, not gonna lie. I could try and actually make that sound like something, but it would probably sound like I was having a stroke. Okay. So I really like that. It gives it a little bit of balance because she's got that green on her dress, which is more focused towards the bottom, and then we got that green up top. So it just kind of balances the page out quite a bit, which is really nice. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my vivid pink here and I'm just going to color a few of these strands randomly. I don't think I'm going to give her streaks, but well, we'll see. But what I'm thinking, and I'm only doing this because I messed up down here, so if you didn't do that, don't feel like you have to do this part. What I'm thinking is I'll probably still do her hair brown, but we'll just have this little bit of color to change up some of the brown, so it'll probably actually be darker in these areas here, which will give her some interest with her hair. Oh, that's weird. Thanks, Jody. Thank you, Elizabeth, and hi. I don't know if I saw you in here before. I probably missed you. Welcome. Okay, so we got that, and then I'm going to go in with the 101 Yellow Ochre, the same color that we used for the tree, and I'm just going to put this in over top of the rest of her hair. And I'm not going to give her streaks, but this will just hopefully hide my little mistake down here. So it also might backfire and look completely terrible, but we'll see. All right, Kitty. Cool. I am not 100% sure. I mean, it is acrylic paint, and from my experience, acrylic paint does not wash out very well. Thanks, Connie. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, first I'm going to move all of these markers and stuff out of here. So we're going to pick out some browns for her hair and the tree. I'll probably use the same browns for the tree, but we'll use a different highlight just to kind of make them look a little bit different. And I'm not 100% sure what color of brown I want here. Hold on, I'm going to hop off chat for just a second. Let me look through my colorings here. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, it's actually Hannah's birthday today too. So if you're in the Hannah Lynn group, I started a post where everybody can say happy birthday to her. So if you're in the group, feel free to go wish her a happy birthday. Oh my goodness, kitties. Okay, you guys are stuck in here now. Cats are worse than my kid. Okay, let me see. I want something dark. Kind of like a chocolate brown. Let's see, I have one in mind. Okay, so I'm thinking that one. Oh no. Of course they had to be the black leggings too, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna grab the black and the dark umber. Which I think this is, yeah, that's dark umber. That's in the wrong spot though. That is supposed to be there. Okay, and let's grab the chocolate. And then I'm going to grab bronze and artichoke. And we'll use bronze as the highlight for her hair and then artichoke as the highlight for the tree, I think. So do the tree first. So coming in with the black, I'm just going to put in shadows here. So it's going to be a little bit of a shadow in underneath the leaves of the tree here. So I'm going to have that pretty dark, and then I'm going to fade it out. I'm also going to have a shadow coming in along the whole left side of this tree here. I'll bring it out a little bit in some places and kind of keep it more tucked back in others. Probably end it right about there. Maybe bring it up a bit here. Put in a shadow on this root of the tree. Stitch, don't even think about it, sir. Put a little bit of a shadow in on this root back here, just kind of pop this one forward. A bit of a shadow on the bottom of this one as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick out some of these lines that Hannah has in here. And I'm just going to kind of follow along with them. And it's just going to add just some extra interest to the tree. We'll also shadow this side and under the leaves up here. Apologies for the rustling, my cats are getting into stuff. Then I'm going to grab the dark umber. I'm going to burnish this in over top of the black. And that's just going to give it a little bit more of a brownish tone to it. I'm not going to bring this out too far. I'm just going to fade out with this from where we've put the black. What are you doing, Miss Lilo? That actually sounds pretty interesting. I would totally rock some starry leggings. So I'm just kind of going in randomly here and just adding in a little bit more texture to the tree. Mostly just kind of scribbling in some dark patches. Then we're going to switch to the chocolate. Same thing. Going to bring this out from our shadows and kind of fade it out a little bit. I want the highlight color to be really prominent in this tree. I don't want it to be too dark. And just gonna kind of pop this in everywhere that we've made dark and just fade it out where need be. And Stitch is on the shelf, so apologies for the shaking camera. I'm just going to kind of pop this color in places and then fade it out. Kind of fading it out in some places, keeping it dark in others. And I'm working quick, that way I can't be perfect with it. And I actually really like the effect that it's giving, so it's kind of why I do that. Otherwise, I would make it too perfect and it would not look very good at all. Okay, Morticia, you get some sleep, hon. I hope you feel better. So we're coming in with the artichoke now, and I'm going to pop this in everywhere that hasn't been colored and and I'm just going to go over pretty much everything with this color just to blend everything together and lighten it up just a little bit. I'm going to kind of go in the same direction that the tree is going, and this is going to blend and smear the colors around, which is really going to help that bark look. Oh, got another cat on the shelf. Sorry, guys. Okay, love you. Oh, excuse me, guys. Here, I got a tickle in my throat again. Elizabeth, the colors for the tree that I'm using, if you're interested in the marker too, I used a base of 101 Yellow Ochre from Touch 5. Not necessary, I just like having a base because it helps with the little white specks after. I'm using black, dark umber, chocolate, and artichoke. Goodness, Stitch, what are you seeing out there? His tail is just going. I think this is probably my best tree yet. You are very welcome, Elizabeth. So then we're going to use those same colors for the hair, except instead of the artichoke, we're going to use bronze. So they're still going to be really similar. The hair is just going to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to start in with the black, and for the most part the black is just going to be for really dark shadows. So I'm going to take this and I'm basically just going to create a shadow all along her hair that's kind of coming out from the hat. So I'm going to make it fairly dark at the top and then just fade it out a bit. Do the same thing over here. Mr. Stitch. Why do you insist on sitting there? I think I want to make the shadow a little bit more prominent on the sides, so I'm just going to bring it down a little bit on this side and on this side here to kind of create a little bit of a rounded look. If you're referring to the polychromos, no, I don't have a set of those yet. They are going to be added to my wish list for the future, probably far in the future. And I'll probably start saving up for those soon. But they're a little bit out of my budget range for now, and I'm not really sure. I did get Faber-Castell to send me a sample of the polychromos. Unfortunately, they only sent me one, They should send 2 for every free sample just so you can see how well they blend. And to be completely honest, I wasn't really sure about it, but with only having 1 pencil to play around with, I can't really make up my mind on whether I like them or not, so I might just pick up a 24 set one of these days and just kind of play around with that and see if I like them. Okay, we're going to come in with the dark umber now, and I'm going to pop this in on each of these strands at the top here, bring it down. I don't want to bring it down too far. Alrighty then. So I'm going to bring this down a bit. And also going to pop a little bit in here as well and bring it up. For the most part, I'm working on all of these strands as a whole rather than each individual strand like I would usually do. So a little bit different technique here. They are expensive. I love the color choices in them though, and I love seeing the pictures that everybody does with them. So I would definitely love to try my hand at them in the future. But I guarantee Prismas will probably always be my favorite. Just because I am one for like super pigmented, strong colors. Hi, Connie. Thanks for being here, hon. Are you coming down now, sir? Bye-bye, little dude. This bit here, just going to color in, which is nice because it kind of hides that little mistake I made down there like I was hoping it would. So then we'll just add a little bit of shading in each of these little strands here. Just a little bit at the top, a little bit at the bottom. After that, we're going to switch to our chocolate, and I should probably sharpen that actually. So we're going to bring that in from our darker colors, blend it into them a little bit, and then fade it out. So we'll do that both ways here. Save a little bit of a highlight, so we'll just fade out and leave this area here for highlight. So basically the middle of all of these sections we'll leave a bit of a highlight for. Yeah, we got 2 Connies here. We'll just call you CB for now. So it's looking like the pink highlights might show through a little bit, which actually kind of looks interesting. Okay, and then lastly we're going to go in with the bronze. We'll just go over pretty much everything and just blend it all together. Oh no, Jody. Well, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so got about half an hour left. What to do? Well, let's finish off this grass here because I don't usually like leaving things with just a base. So let's do that, and then if we have time, we'll tackle the water in here because then we'll use the Wink of Stella and make it look super pretty. So for the grass, I think I want our shadows to be a little bit on the blue side. So I'm going to grab the Cobalt Turquoise. We'll use that for our shadows. Actually going to keep the black out as well. You'll see why. And let's do Parrot Green. And now I'm just trying to decide whether I want it to be more of like a light bluish green or yellow green. Yes, you heard sparkles, Jody. Glitter! Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards a bluish green. So, let's see, we've got our parrot green. So let's grab the light green.
Well, I don't know what I was saying.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you said, Carbon. It just matters on how your attitude is now, honey.
Well, I went only the boy.
That's debatable, actually. You really haven't been listening today either, and you've been giving Daddy attitude all morning. You know, you don't just have to be good for me. You have to be good for Daddy, too. I told you already, you are not playing games today. You're being a good boy today, so that way maybe you can play games tomorrow, right? Well, and I don't like when you misbehave, right? Sorry, guys, 1 second. We'll talk about this after. You go watch your show. I'm almost done, and then we'll maybe play some board games or something like that, okay? are in those terrible fours, I think. Okay, sorry for my squeaky chair. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my black first. No, he is not happy. Oh man, he's had some major attitude problems lately, just talking back, being really aggressive, just not listening to anything. We're constantly having to tell him the same things over and over again. So he had his games taken away today, his video games. He's not happy about that. Okay, so we're going to go in with the black and just very, very lightly, I'm going to come in and just kind of shadow just in the deepest parts of these crevices where the hill goes in between the bushes. It might be. I think he's going through some kind of phase or something too. He's just not eating as much as he usually would and just really irritable. I'm not really sure what it is, but hopefully he can get past it. Biggest thing right now is he's got this weird attitude towards Rain, who, if you guys don't know, that's his dad. So I don't know, he'll listen to me and then just be completely disrespectful to Rain. And Rain is really struggling with standing his ground and getting Carbon to treat him with the same respect that he treats me. It's a constant battle, but we're slowly getting there. I think I want to pop a little bit of the black in just above this tree branch here for a little bit of a shadow. And then I think just along this tree branch as well here. Yeah, I think all kids usually go through that phase. Just have to constantly be on the ball, on top of it, and consistent. And that's the hardest part. Hi, Mia. Thanks for joining, hun. Miss Lilo. I have the door closed over. That way my phone hopefully doesn't pick up anything on the TV. And this cat just dives through the door just to open it and then walks out. Hi, The Fan Show. Thanks for joining. Okay, then we're going to go in with the Cobalt Turquoise. I'm going to go in over top of that black. And then I'm going to bring it out. Lilo. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, in or out? No more. Go, disperse. Thank you. I think, Stevie, that you are right. There is definitely something going on this time of year because the cats are just as bad. Oh, that's awesome, Jody. What page are you working on? And what is everybody working on? I always love to hear what you guys are doing. Hi, Rosemary. Thank you. I don't really know much about the Victorian era, but every time I saw this picture, I just saw pinks and yellows and greens, little bits of blue. Just super springtime. So I'm still working in with the cobalt turquoise, and I'm just bringing it up a little bit and fading it out. Elizabeth, I almost always color in circles, whether I'm shadowing or burnishing or anything. It's usually always small circles, unless I'm doing something like hair, where you want to go in the direction of the strands. It just kind of depends, but usually I'd work in small circles. There's very few times when I wouldn't. A girl with a fish on her head. Did you decide to work in Pop Manga Mermaids? Oh, what did I miss? Oh, yes, sure. Shout out to the fan show. If you guys are curious, it's in chat if you're watching this back. I've never actually looked. When you're watching chat and people comment, can you still get to their channels, like after the stream is over, just through the chat? Oh, I'm sure you'll get there, Connie. It always sucks when the background doesn't work out. But hopefully you can get it to where you like it. Okay. I've never actually tried, so I wasn't sure. It took me a minute to remember what I asked. I wasn't sure what you guys were saying. I really should get my brain checked. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Sorry, I thought you said you had the mermaids one. You should add that to your list because that one calls for tons of glitter. Oh no, Connie. Is it fixable at least? Or like not noticeable? Oh, yes. Watercolor is notorious for that. Oh, that's good, Jody. Okay, going in with the parrot green now. And there is a little bit of a color gap between this and our lightest color, which is the light green. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a really gradual fade. So I just kind of want to bring it out farther than I usually would and just kind of make the fade a little bit longer. That way our light green can blend in with this color, and then they will blend a lot easier. Probably color in just this whole area here and here. I'm going to do that really gradual fade here as well. So just kind of start off with a solid color and then just slowly work our way up to fading it out. What do you need, kid? What do you need, baby?
How should I come in more? We don't have
We will talk about it after, okay? I'll let you know all about it.
Alright.
All right. All right, love you. I was wondering when we'd get that question. How does Santa get into our house since we didn't have a chimney? I think these areas down here, I'm just going to completely color in with the parrot green. Might not have time to do our water. No, we'll make time. We might go just slightly over. We'll work a little quicker. Oh, yes, those are good ideas. That is what I will tell him. It's always cute. How old were you guys when you guys found out that that Santa, that you knew Santa your whole life, I should say, just in case the ears are listening. I think I was about 12 or 13. I had my suspicions, but we had Christmas at my grandpa's one year, and I always slept on the couch in the living room with my grandpa, and caught my mom bringing presents in to put under the tree at like 3 in the morning. Okay, lastly we're gonna go in, I don't know now, should we go in with the light green? Oh, I forgot about this little bit here. kind of liking the yellowed tone that this has, actually. I don't know whether I want to leave it or not. Let's just try in a little spot here and we'll see. I do kind of like that. Let's stick with the light green. I'll go with my first idea. I'm just going to use the light green to go over and blend these colors together. Actually, before I continue, let's just quickly grab, I'm going to grab 144 Pale Baby Blue. I'm just going to pop this in here. That way, by the time we get to it, it'll be dry and we can just color right over top. That's cool, Connie. Nia, I'm using the Touch 5 markers. Yeah, I think I was about 12 when I started second guessing, and then like 13, I think, when I found out for sure. But it definitely is. It's amazing with kids around the holidays. I don't know, it's very uplifting just how excited they get. And I don't know, I do love Christmas for that. But Halloween will always be my favorite holiday. Okay, so there's our grass, which on camera almost looks like it's glowing. It's not that bright in person though, which is weird because the pink is brighter in person, but doesn't quite show in the camera. Something on her cheek there. Hopefully I'll be able to cover that up. Okay, so last but not least, we'll come in with some water, and I'm going to grab Indian Throne Blue, Dioxazine Purple Hue, let's see, do I want to use non-photo blue or light aqua? I'm thinking light aqua, so let's grab light aqua, and we'll leave it at that. Maybe a little bit of white. We'll see. Well, that's pretty smart, Becca. It makes sense. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my Dioxazine Purple Hue. And I'm just going to pop this in around here. Around the edge here. And I'm going to fade it out. I don't want to put this in too dark. I just want this to have a little bit of purple color just because I think it'll look good. That's really the only reason that I have. So I don't want to bring it out too far. I just want to create a little bit of shadow to add some depth to the bird bath. Then I'm going to go in with the Indanthrone Blue. And with a firm pressure, I'm just going to come in over top of that. I'm going to lighten up my pressure, and I'm just slowly going to start fading this out. I'm kind of avoiding the edges here. I want to keep that round kind of look. So that's where our non-photo, or sorry, light aqua is going to come in there. I'm going to keep adding to the shadow here and just kind of blending and fading until it creates a nice fade. And then once we're happy with that, we're going to go in with the light aqua, and I'm going to start really slowly because I'm not sure if I want to use this at full potency or not. So for now, I'm just using kind of a medium pressure, harder pressure in where it's already dark. Okay, I do like that. So we'll just continue with this firm pressure and just burnish everything. Oh, that's funny, Jody. I always hated that as a kid. As an adult, though, I love getting socks for Christmas. Rosemary, I don't usually know. I'll usually look at a picture and I'll know the color of like one thing. So let's just switch to a different picture, for example, here. So where's one? But I can kind of use it as an example. I'm gonna find one that speaks to me. So for this one here, when I'm looking at this one, I don't know why, but I see this dress in pink. Kind of like pinks and yellows like we're using here, except more of like cream colors, like this cream color pink and more of like a pale yellow. So I would probably start with that, and then I would just kind of choose my other colors based off that. I mean, obviously I'm going to do the grass and the bushes green, but I'd probably do them darker shades of green to really make this look even brighter. So I just kind of pick one thing that I know is going to be a certain color. I'll color it in and then just kind of go from there. I do sometimes work with actual color palettes that you find off Google. They're really nice to learn how to limit your colors and see how well limited color palettes work. But for the most part, I just wing it. Me too, Jody. Okay, so now here's Jody's favorite part. I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella brush pen. Shake it up really good. It's just been sitting for a while. And then I'm just going to brush some shimmery, glittery goodness over top of this water. Let's see if I can get the camera to show that. It's a little bit wet, so it's more picking up the dampness of the paper more than the shimmer, but once it dries, it should be quite a bit more shimmery. So we still have a little bit of time. I'd like to put some little bits of white in the water and let that dry. So we'll just chat and I will mark down my colors. And then once that's dry, we'll just go in and finish off the water. May, sweetie, are you still here? Do you know if Kate's streaming today? I assume she will be. I know she was sick, but I think she's feeling a lot better now. Okay, what did we start with? We started with the rest of the dress. Okay, so okay, thanks, hon. So does anybody have anything special going on this month? I still need to do my Christmas shopping. Connie, yep, I do. This book has 320 pages, although I have ripped some out and used some for other things, but this side has a lot of my pages recorded. And this side still have some to go. But I haven't always recorded my coloring, like the stuff that I've used. I just started that sometime last year, so, or maybe, I think the beginning of last year. But I find it definitely helpful. And I definitely recommend it. Violet J. Still a little wet. Okay, after that we did the leaves. Oh, okay. Thanks for finding out for me, May. I really appreciate that. Okay, I think that's pretty dry. Let's see if I can show you the shimmer better there. See, it's very, very subtle, but it's really pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Uniball Signo Broad pen and just going to kind of loosely circle this water in here, not using a full line or anything, just kind of like broken up lines. Maybe just a little bit of some slanted reflection here. Which is very difficult because my pen does not like working over top of the Winkostella. There, so nothing crazy, and then after we color in the bird bath, I'll probably go over top of this black line as well, but that's pretty much it for the water. See if if I can zoom out here. So that is what we got done for today. She's looking pretty awesome. We'll have some grays and some blues and some more greens in there. Haven't quite decided if I want this bird to kind of match the yellow on her dress or the blue that we'll use for the sky, but we'll probably leave that as one of the last details. Thank you, May. Thanks, everybody. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining, and I will be on Wednesday as well, and this Friday for sure we are doing our impromptu Friday live stream. I don't care what goes on, we are doing that. So I will be here. Hopefully you'll be here too if you can make it. I know for some of you the time will be a little bit too crazy to be able to attend, but hopefully those of you that usually miss my live streams due to your crazy time will be able to join. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. All right, take care. Bye.